Just like heavyweight boxers, we're trading blows with all of the big boys. Up next is Liverpool as we look to keep the momentum going in the Premier League. Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Leeds United Pride of Yorkshire. So in yesterday's episode you saw me get a bit giddy about the performance as we went to the Bernabeu and beat Real Madrid in their own backyard. We really did a number on them and came out convincing 3-1 winners. Absolutely pleased as punch with the performance. The only problem with it is that the fixture list is piling up. It means that a little bit of congestion has caused us now to be playing Liverpool just 3 days later. In the Premier League, you can see Manchester United keep winning games. They are edging closer and closer to another Premier League title. We are trying to hang tough, but with all the big games coming up, it's going to be a tough ask. Our team is pretty much stretched, so we're going to see what will happen in the next couple of games. But first, we have got to beat Liverpool to stay in the hunt for second place. So let's jump in, have a little look at the team lineup and see what happens when we face off against Liverpool. So, as you know, the big games are coming thick and fast. With us playing Real Madrid only 3 days ago, it means that some players are not available for selection today, or it's probably best for us to keep a few of our first teamers by the wayside too. Probably more realistic at this point that we're going to win the Champions League than it is the Premier League, so maybe it's good to not put all our eggs in one basket, but maybe a bit of rotation will do us well in the next game. But for today's game, we are going to start off with Meslier in goal, Junior Firpo, Amay, Konate and Manea at the back, Gravenberch and Phillips in the middle, with James, Verratti and Holozek coming in on the right-hand side, with Benjamin Šeško up front. Šeško had a knock going into the Real Madrid game. He has trained well since then, scored in the Real Madrid game, so we are going to throw him back in. Probably not going to play him for the full game, but if he can get us an early goal or two, that would certainly set us off on the right foot. So let's jump in and see what happens as we play Liverpool. Okay, so Liverpool's manager is Mark Bridge-Wilkinson. Can't say I know too much about him, but there is the starting lineup for Liverpool. Our recent form, 2 draws, 3 wins, no defeats. So even though we had a little bit of a wobble, we weren't winning games all of a sudden. We are still there and thereabouts in terms of form. In terms of the league table, we're a point ahead of Arsenal. And I think it was 4 points ahead of today's opponents, Liverpool. So really need to be getting the 3 points in this game. It's the only way also we are going to keep any kind of pressure on Manchester United. Not that there really is any. I mean, you can see there already they have beaten Brentford in today's game 2-1. And they got a penalty at the end as well. So Brentford must have put up a good fight. But that's all we can do here. And straight away, Šeško is in behind like we were looking for. Can he get the finish? No, he can't. Alisson Becker gets down well, makes the save and then sets them on their way as they go long. And it's dealt with by Wisdom Amay. So that's the kind of ball we need. We need the balls in behind. We need the balls that are going to be opening up defences. Can't really see how we're going to win the game playing any other way. But Liverpool are going to be setting up here. And the ball nearly fell through to Šeško there from a throw-in and then a header. And luckily, we get the ball back anyway as Manea tries to set Šeško free. And he's got him in. And Šeško has scored. 27 minutes on the clock. Here comes the referee, Mr. Party Pooper, finger to his ear. The lino, I don't think, has the flag up. So, yeah, it was awarded. That is a great start. That's exactly what we needed. After the first effort where he missed, Šeško to get in, open his body up, put it in the far corner, give Becker no chance in goal. And yeah, okay, it went to the VAR, but he looked clearly in line. So, good goal, and we are off and running. If we could just hold out now. Can we end the game now? We can't end the game now, but if we could, it would be good for us, as Liverpool aren't going to sit back, are they? They are going to come forwards, and that is exactly what they're doing. Virgil van Dijk has the ball. Curtis Jones, we're trying to pressure him all of a sudden and letting Virgil run free. But it means if we could pick the ball up, and we can't because Salah's moving it and Andy Robertson's in. Luckily for us, the shot is weak and Meslier deals with it. But yeah, if we could have picked the ball off there, we were actually in behind. and that is how we got our goal. So in at half time, that's gone quite quick. Decent performance, 8 shots, 4 of which on target. We have our goal through Sheshko. He himself is looking a bit meh, so may have to bring off Firpo and Sheshko in the second half, but we're going to try and get at least 15 more minutes out of them in the second half as we jump in and see what happens and continue on towards hopefully 3 points. So again, kicked off, not a lot happening, but a corner for Liverpool as Alvarez swings it in, and Virgil van Dijk's had the header that comes up and off the bar and sends the ball up into space. And we are living a little bit of a charmed life if we're going to let them have too many of those opportunities. And now we have the ball down at their end, but it's Liverpool starting an attack with Fabinho coming forwards with the ball, plays it out to Alvarez. He cuts it into Mane. Somebody needs to go to him because we're just letting him walk through. He's had the shot from distance. Luckily for us, it's gone over the bar by a good few feet, but do not want to be seeing players like Sadio Mane getting the chance to just run straight at us. There is a highlight, so I'm going to cancel. I've just pressed for the substitution, but I don't like making substitutions during the highlights, so we are going to scrap that and see what happens. Robertson cuts the ball back to Ox, back to Robertson, crosses it in. Too far away, but the ball is going to come to Walker Peters, who plays it to Molero, I think that says. Curtis Jones goes all the way back to Alisson Becker from there, which is weird because he nearly lobbed him. He had to header the ball, he was so far out of his goal. But they are still building up quite nicely. We need a little bit of pressure on the ball here, and it's not coming as Curtis Jones gets all the time in the world to play it to Van Dijk. Back to Jones, Molero, Salah. Mane's turned, he's played Mo Salah in, and normally when Mo Salah gets that amount of space, Mo Salah hits the back of the net, and that is exactly what has happened. Cannot leave him that kind of room in the penalty area. And his 200th goal for Liverpool, that said, so that's some impressive going too. Mane just rolls into his path, and the little dink just embarrasses Meslier, really. So we're going to try and swap it around a little bit. So we're going to bring Esposito on in place of Sheshko. I'm also going to bring Thiago Thomas on in place of Lozek. Swap them over up top. So we have Thomas up top. And who else was looking a little bit tired? So it was Junior Firpo, wasn't it? So Cody Drain was going to come on in place of Junior Firpo. We're going to make all 3 substitutions at 66 minutes. A little bit risky, because if we have an injury all of a sudden we are short, but hopefully we're not. Thought he was going to take the ball off of Salah there. Salah's just walking in around us, and all of a sudden Mane's in. Luckily for us, it goes wide and it's a goal kick. We are living dangerously all of a sudden, and then we pop up with the throw-in that goes to Verratti, back to Dramer, plays to Gravenberch. Verratti on the turn, Thomas now in, and there's the ball for Esposito. Sebastiano Esposito hasn't done a lot this season, but when he has played, he has took chances, and just like that, he gives us a 2-1 lead. And this actually is a really well-worked goal because Gravenberch is involved, plays to Verratti, and I thought he could have had the shot, and then Thomas I thought was going to twist and have the shot. Instead, he lays it into the path of Esposito, and that is a really, really good finish. So just got to hold on now. I don't know whether to change the tactic and try and just go to a balanced instead of a positive. But then I suppose when you change, you're almost admitting that you're scared. You might as well just go toe-to-toe with them because that's what we've done and we've done it well. And again, we're on the move. Thiago Thomas has the shot from distance. It isn't too far away. It's going to be a goal kick for Liverpool, but it was dipping, just not enough to get it under the bar. As Liverpool now have a corner, it's wave after wave of attack. Canate deals with it well. Daniel James is now on the break, and we are 2 on 2. If he picks the right pass, doesn't pick a pass at all. He gets tackled, but the ball does come out to Esposito. He's going to cross it in. Van Dijk is there to deal with it. Now Alvarez gives it to Walker Peters, who smashes it away. Wisdom and May deals with it. Daniel James is back on the ball as Verratti looks to play it forwards. It goes out to Cody Dramer. He cuts inside his man pretty well and then goes back outside. Daniel James has a cross, and Esposito is at the back post again. This time I think I saw the flag go up. Let's have a little look. So it's going to go to VAR. Did the lino have his flag up? Goals disallowed, unfortunately. He must have had his flag up down the bottom. But Daniel James crosses the ball. Oh, yeah, he's a good foot offside, isn't he? but he does really well with the finish as the ball bounces up, hits his foot, goes into the net. This is so uncomfortable. I do not want to keep seeing highlights. If there ever was a time where I just want the clock to drain away, it's right now. Liverpool turn, they're on the attack. They've got Ox in behind. They've got Mo Salah in behind again, and Mo Salah has scored. But the lineout's flag was up, I think. Let's have a look at what VAR say. No. So we get the goal disallowed at one end. They literally go up the other end, get Mo Salah in behind. And Mo Salah has restored Liverpool's point currently in the game. There's still 9 minutes to go. I'm acting as if the game's over, but Mo Salah has restored them to a 2-2 position, and now they're going to come forwards. They're probably going to throw everything else here. Maybe I should have changed the tactics. Might be on me, but at this stage in the season, we can't afford to be negative. We've got to just keep pushing forwards, and Liverpool are doing likewise. Mo Salah's in again. What a tackle by Kanate, but it rolls straight into the path of Sadio Mane. Sadio Mane has given Liverpool a 3-2 lead. What a game this is. Not exactly what we would have wanted. In fact, it's not Kanate that makes the tackle. It's Wisdom Mane. Made the tackle. Nothing that they could do at all. Kanate just watches the ball as Mane slots it into the net. And it looks like we've gone from a winning position to a losing position. Is there one final twist in the game? Let's have a look. Verratti with the ball over the top. Thiago Thomas takes it down brilliantly. He's beat one man, beat another man, hit the inside of the post. Of course he has hit the inside of the post. And the ball's come out. How frustrating is that? You are chasing for a title. You get that close to getting a point, and we have at times been fantastic. At times we were in front. It looked like we killed the game off with the 3-1 scoreline. Get the goal disallowed. They go up the other end. They get the equaliser. Then they get the winner. Disappointing how we've collapsed at the end, but we have played a decent game of football. We've had 21 shots. We've had 9 of them on target. Didn't have as much of the ball as Liverpool, but I think we played well, and if that is indeed the title race over, we are going to be turning our attentions to winning the Champions League and consolidating the top 4 place, because Liverpool, I think, have closed up on us now. So we need the top 4 finish and hopefully winning the Champions League, and it'll still be a good season. So let's jump back to the home screen and show you the preview for tomorrow's episode. I would never ever say that I was pleased with the defeat, but the way we played in the last game really gives me hope that we can go on and get this job done against Real Madrid in tomorrow's episode. Looking at the league table now, we are 13 points behind, having played the same amount of games. Liverpool do have a game in hand on us. We have a 7-point lead on them, but that could be reduced to 4. And also Arsenal now are bang there, 1 point behind us. And I think we have to play them in a couple of games too. So this run of games now is really going to decide what happens. I thought we were far enough away from the teams below us to pretty much cement a Champions League place. It's now going to be a hell of a ride in these last couple of games to try and cement ourselves in the top 4. But we're going to move on. We're going to move on to tomorrow's episode, and that is Real Madrid. Football can be a cruel game sometimes. You take the lead, you get pegged back, you take the lead, you think you've got the game won, and then all 3 points get snatched from you at the death. But that's why we love the game. Nothing else I can say really. Good performance. Couldn't get the 3 points, couldn't even get a point. But we're not going to dwell on it. We have a big game to come in tomorrow's episode as we look to get the job done and move into our first semi-final in the Champions League in the save. So if you're at this point and you're still watching the content, still enjoying the content, firstly, a big thank you very much. If you're new here, please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button to help the channel. Drop me a comment. Let me know what you think of the save. And I appreciate every single person who takes their time to come here and interact with the channel. It's nearly a year on YouTube now, so again, a big thank you for everybody who has took the time to help the channel grow. But for this one, I'm going to wrap it there. I'll see you tomorrow when we face off against Real Madrid in the Champions League.